Nigerians both at home and in diaspora are currently applauding the capacity of Governor Fubara of Rivers State over his ability to conduct a free, credible election in Rivers State for their local government offices.
The process was very peaceful. Like you see, everywhere is calm. Contrary to speculations and counter orders from people who are very undemocratic in nature and autocratic in nature. Another person I really want to thank is the governor, who, even though his party is not contesting, has provided a very level playing field for this election to go on seamlessly. Even though the military, the army, the police say that they're not going to be part of it, we have seen how civilians can conduct themselves in the absence of policemen. Okay, so we thank all of them.
Recall that the governor recently raised an alarm, noting that the Inspector General of Police is collaborating with his boys in the state to truncate and cause mayhem in the state. This prompted him to make a public declaration asking the police force to desist from anything that has to do with the election.
Gentlemen and ladies, you are welcome for your supportive presence. All other members of the fourth estate of the realm, the press, ladies and gentlemen, this occasion will be as brief as brevity, so to speak. Before I start, the RESEC, because of the exigencies we find ourselves, has adopted a principle of bi-location. Bi-location can have several locations. So as far as this event is concerned, this is Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission. This is an address by Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, ably led by my humble self, on the outcome of the local government elections held on Saturday, 5th of October, 2024. You will recall, gentlemen, that on Monday, the 1st July 2024, the 6th Commission of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, headed by my humble self as chairman and chief electoral commissioner, held a general stakeholders meeting during which the timetable of activities and guidelines for the 2024 local government council elections in Rivers State was unveiled and 5th October fixed for the election. Thenceforth, several political parties indicated their interest to participate in the election. About 18 out of the registered political parties in the Federation resident in Rivers State partook in it. They had party primaries. Candidates were screened and subsequently cleared to contest as chairman, vice chairman, and councillors from the various wards and local government areas of Rivers State. The Commission embarked on enlightenment and sensitization campaign to educate the citizens on their democratic rights and the importance of exercising their franchise. In keeping with extant regulations, the Commission displayed the register of voters in all the 6,866 polling units of the state, which political parties embarked on campaigns, while political parties embarked on campaigns to canvass votes from their supporters. Things were progressing smoothly until the 10-day protest that gripped the nation, leading to stagnation of social, economic, and political activities. That aside, several legal obstacles and court cases were instituted against the Commission by persons and parties, ostensibly in vindication of their democratic right. Despite these obstacles, the Commission remained unbowed and ensured that the 5th October date remained as sacrosanct as it invariable, especially after the Supreme Court judgment of 11th of July 2024 and the judgment of APC of Rivers State High Court. It is therefore heartening that I stand before you all today to affirm the smooth, safe, and free, fair, credible, and transparent, all-inclusive, successful, violence-free, and most treasured conduct of the 2024 Rivers State Local Government Council elections, despite all odds. Polls were closed across the state by 3 p.m. today. Before then, there was large turnout of enthusiastic citizens who came out to exercise their franchise, even in the midst of heavy downpour witnessed this morning. Results have been trickling in since closure of polls, and the good people of Rivers State and residents have spoken through the ballot, and they are in ecstatic expectation of the results of this historic election. The Commission, on behalf of the people of Rivers State, salute the patriotism, the resolve, resilience, and support of the overwhelming majority of Rivers State people and residents. Now to the heart of the matter. And that is, we embark on declaration of results for the chairmanship elections into the 23 local government areas of Rivers State, emerging from the 5th October 2024 local government elections in Rivers State. Therefore, I, Honorable Justice Adolfo Senebel, retired, in my capacity as the Chairman, Chief Electoral Commissioner of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, and pursuant to the extant provisions of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Law Number 2 of 2018, and all other laws enabling me in that behalf, do hereby make declaration of results for the chairmanship elections into the 23 local government councils of Rivers State. After painstaking collation of results at the close of poll by our team of officials regarding the local government council elections conducted this day, the 5th of October 2024, the following candidates, having scored majority of lawful or valid votes cast in 2/3 of the respective wards comprising their respective local government areas of Rivers State, are hereby returned as elected chairmen or chairwomen. They are 1. Abua Odwa, Ruben Vincent Obo, APP. Ahoda East, Esu Rizi Chibudom Hezekiah, APP. Ahoda West, Ikporo Iyeko, APP. Akukutoru, Tonye Briggs Oniyide, APP. Andone, Lazarus Gote Ntogwile, APP. Asaritoru, Engineer Dr. Sule Amakri, APP. Boni, Anengi Barasua, Wakeups, APP. Degema, Dr. Agriye M. Harry, APP. Eleme, Brian A.E. Gokba, APP. Emoha, Omereji Chinedu David, APP. In respect of Eche, the Commission in its wisdom stood down its result because of the expansive land there, comprised of 19 words. Collation, we want to be sure of correct collation before we announce. And so for Eche local government, it is stood down till the announcement of results or the collation of results for the councillors. We now come to Gokana. Dumiye Monday Belbari, APP. Ikwere Abos Israel Easy, APP. Kana Martins Nwibo, APP. Obiakpo Ihunwo Kemzinum Chijioke, APP. Ogwegwe Mandone Umejuru Nwabu Homa Isaac, APP. Ogubolo Oforibeka Ishmael, APP. Okrika Achese Igwe, APP. Omuma Promise Reginald, APP. Opobonkoro Enyada Clifford Kokigam, APP. Oyibo Okere Gift, APP. Port Harcourt Ichemati, Ezebunwo Prince Charles, APP. And Tai DK Martin, Matthew Felix, APP. The details or the statistics of the respective scores shall be published in RISEC website and the media, and they will be made available to the public and all contestants. The election results for councillorship election into 319 words spread across the 23 local government areas of Rivers State shall be declared subsequently and soonest, together with that of HA that has been stood down. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for listening.
The process was very peaceful. Like you see, everywhere is calm. Contrary to speculations and counter orders from people who are very undemocratic in nature and autocratic in nature. It's amazing the way Rivers were turned out for this election. It simply means that this election is important to them, and it's a very big sign that people are very determined to write the narrative of where one or two people will feel that they own Rivers State. So I want to voted. This is Ward 8 Falga, Unit 14, which is the state chairman's of APP's state chairman APP's ward, Unit 14. I voted my supporters, and I want to use this opportunity to congratulate RISEC for being timely, being on the spot, and quite unlike what used to happen, what used to be in the elections that are organized by INEC. They are precise, they are timely, and the election materials arrived at the venue, at the voting center very early, and people have all casted their votes, and we are done with that. Another person I really want to thank is the governor, who, even though his party is not contesting, has provided a very level playing field for this election to go on seamlessly. Even though the military, the army, the police say that they're not going to be part of it, we have seen how civilians can conduct themselves in the absence of policemen. Okay, so we thank all of them. I also want to thank our teaming supporters who came out to vote for us. Thank you all, and God bless you. Like I just said it here, I'm surprised. Before now, I had thought that civilians cannot manage themselves in the election period, but this is the election that has been most peaceful, and with police absence, it shows that we are coming of age, and civilians and politicians can manage themselves even in the absence of police.
Thank you, sir.
This is the main gate leading into the office of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, gradually being turned into an epicenter of protest of some sorts. On Friday, supporters of Governor Sim Fubara and other Rivers people who wanted elections to hold gathered here. They condemned the alleged planned takeover of the RISEC office by rogue policemen led by an assistant commissioner of police in charge of operations. The RISEC office played host again on Saturday to protesters of the PDP and APC factions who claimed that an ongoing election did not hold. According to them, there can be no local government election without their own factions of the PDP and APC in Rivers State.
Where our office is situated. We woke up this morning to find that they have thrown dynamite into our office, and they have destroyed what they can destroy. But will that deter us? There is no election today. We have a judgment of God, not an order. A judgment, which means the entire process ran its own course. And so we have a judgment, and that judgment must be implemented.
Do people know why I'm laughing? Look at the office of where election is going on. Can it be like this where INEC is doing election? It shows that there is no election in Rivers State. And to start with, our governor is a PDP governor, and your party is not taking part in the election. You say you are doing election. Is it not anti-party?
This former senator and PDP chieftain says he is taken aback that the Rivers State government chose to go ahead with the council poll despite a federal high court judgment.
Clearly, our experience is there is no activity like election. The court says don't do it. We came to see that the court order is being obeyed. It looked apparently like they are obeying the court order because they are not organizing anything. But whether they carried the material to else somewhere else, whether they brought it at all, we don't know. But nothing has gone to our local governments. Our local governments have no election materials, no officials.
But this voter who participated in the council poll says the no local government election protesters should not be taken seriously.
Well, my response to that claim, you know, as we all know in Rivers State that Tony Okocha is a liar. There was an election in Rivers State.
Despite the early morning downpour in Aristown, Degema Council area, voters still turned up at the various polling units to cast their ballots in the Rivers State local government elections. Chairmanship candidate of the Action People's Party, Agri Ari, was among those who exercised their franchise at Ward 14, Unit 2.
It's been peaceful, and what is most significant actually is the fact that the enthusiasm of the people, even in the rain, people are coming out to vote. Before the rain started, everywhere was crowded. This community was full. Peacefully they are voting, and I can assure you that I'm sure the votes will count.
I have to give the credit to the governor of Rivers State, and this is actually what the people wanted. They wanted the government at the grassroots, they wanted the government at the local government level, so that they can actually feel the impact of the government. They've come out in their mass to make sure they vote and they exercise the franchise.
In polling unit 9, Ward 14 in Aristown, prominent Ijaw leader Asari Dokubo cast his ballots and thereafter spoke to journalists.
The people of Rivers State are the owners of Rivers State. Nobody can decide for us from Abuja or anywhere. Anybody who is under the illusion that he will be able to cow Rivers people and make us submit to him, that person must visit a psychiatric doctor. Anybody who attempts to tamper with our vote will see the consequences and the wrath of the people of Rivers State. And the people of Rivers State will embrace the outcome. They will protect the mandate given to the people. And nobody, no matter how sinister he is, how devilish he is in Abuja, will be able to truncate and undermine the will of the people of Rivers State.
At Buguma Town in Asari Toro Council area, chairmanship candidate of the Action People's Party, Sule Amakre, shared his views on the council polls.
The people in Asari Toro local government area came out like never before to exercise their civic right, and let it be on record today in the history of politics and election in Asari Toro local government, we have not experienced what you people are seeing here, not only me.
It is expected that the outcome of this exercise will be a healing balm to the people of Rivers State who have seen so much crisis in the build-up to this local government elections.
Joining me to discuss this better is political affairs analyst Jide Ojo. Thank you so much for your time. Now, why do you think there is a sharp divide in public opinion on the local elections, with some supporting and others protesting?
Well, that the election even held at all is a miracle, given the tension and the insecurity that has pervaded Rivers State since the inauguration of, at least since October last year, when the group loyal to former Governor Nyesom Wike had been making the Rivers State ungovernable for similar Fubara, the incumbent governor. You need to situate what is going on today in the face-off between the former governor, the immediate past governor, and the current governor. The immediate past governor, who is not the Federal Capital Territory minister, believes he owns the political structure of Rivers State, particularly that of PDP. And you could see that the recently held congresses by PDP in the state were won by its loyalists. So, and the loyalists to the current governor, similar Fubara, are there to defect to APP, or Alliance People's Party, APP, in order to realize their interest. Because after the dissolution, the governor, similar Fubara, dissolved the 23 local government caretaker committee chairman. No, they were even elected, but their tenure had ended. So when their tenure ended, the Rivers State House of Assembly tried to extend their tenure by 6 months, which the governor did not want. Because it's about controlling the political structure of the state. So when Fubara rejected the extension that was granted by the State House of Assembly, the Supreme Court decision came that any local government that is not democratically governed, that their funding should be withheld. So that's because after the caretaker committee that were appointed by similar Fubara, they could not take over the administration of the councils because the loyalists of Wike were resistant to their takeover, citing that the State House of Assembly had already extended their tenure. It was that face-up that was on before the Supreme Court decision came. Now, when the Supreme Court decision came, it then means that Fubara had to organize a proper election. And that proper election is what was happening today. But because Wike's group knew that if this election were to be successfully conducted, they will be swept aside. That means that they will no longer be in control of the local government system of Rivers State, the 23 local government. That's why they rushed to the court and got a federal high court decision to not to allow the election to hold as scheduled today. And the court gave them favorable judgment saying that INEC should not give voters register, the police and DSS should not participate. However, the camp lawyer to Fubara also got a ruling of the Rivers High Court that gives them the leeway to conduct this election. So both camps are citing legal backing for what has happened today. Unfortunately, I just hope that there will be no life loss because we've heard of situations where people were shot, particularly in the Obiakwa local government area of Rivers State, the wards where former governor Yeson Wike comes from. We learned that the youth resisted the conduct of election in that place, and 2 people were allegedly shot. Although,
Sorry to interrupt you, Jide Ojo. Now,
deaths.
briefly,
Yes.
do you think this election would be valid as some part of the state couldn't participate in the election?
Well, the validity or otherwise of it will be determined by the court. Don't also forget that it's just hollow ritual that they are performing. If you look at all the state independent electoral commissions elections that have been conducted thus far, particularly this year, it has been 100% mudslide and landslide victory for the party in power. And now, unfortunately, while similarly Fubara says he's a member of PDP, his loyalist has defected to APP. So what will happen now is that at least they will announce results and they will forcefully inaugurate those who have been declared winner and ask those who lose out to go to court. So that's why I said it's the court that will ultimately determine whether what was held today is credible election or not. But I just hope and I sue for peace in Rivers State because as the day winds down, under the cover of darkness, a lot of things can happen, which were not allowed to happen during the day. So it's better they just do whatever shenanigans or shambolic election they want to do. Let's keep peace. Let's leave the rest to the court to determine. And I know that this might even go to Court of Appeal or maybe Supreme Court ultimately.
All right,
but it's just about controlling the political machinery of the state. That's what the 2 camps, the Wike camp and the Fubara camp, this is what they are what they are fighting over.
All right, political affairs analyst Jide Ojo, thank you so much for your time.
The governor has been commended over the peaceful election because the election that has been conducted by INEC in this country has, for unknown reason, been met with series of irregularities. This is why many are applauding the capacity of the governor. A particular Nigerian has recommended that in subsequent election, talking about general election, Fubara should be asked the template he applied in conducting a free and credible election in Rivers State, so that that same template can be applied across the nation.